Alright, so welcome back to another day of the 100 days design challenge with Xpress-Pixels, and today we'll be designing an movie poster. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. Of course, first now I'm going to click create new file, and then I'm going to select the dimension. I'll be using 2600 by 3000 pixels, and then I'm just going to click create. Good. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to import my resources. I'll start importing my resources. Okay, so let me just take this out of here. Just take this out. Okay, so I'm just going to go into my file where I have my resources. I'm going to click the first resource I'll be using is this. So we're going to be making the flyer or the poster very simple, like as simple as possible, something very simple but quite creative. Okay, I'm going to take this and place this here. Now, just a quick tip or something you need to take note of while designing. It's very important to take note of the image you're using, okay, because the image elements that you use for your design affect your design very well. Like, it has a very huge amount of effect on your design. Okay, it determines how your design is going to pop or how beautiful, how lovely your image is going to be. Alright, that is why I decided to use this image. I decided to make a choice of this image. Okay, alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is import the next resource. Of course, take note, I'm designing a very simple one. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to drag this and drop shadow Photoshop. Alright, so I'm going to increase this, okay, so that it goes from the end, from the beginning to the end of this. Alright, so now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to write on this image. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layer mask right on top of it, and I'm going to go to my gradient here. Okay, my gradient tool here, and I'm going to make sure that what's here is red. So I'm going to click the red. Alright, so let me just place this around here and okay, and then I'm just going to drag right from outside here. I'm just going to drag in, I'm just going to drag in. Alright, I think this is good. Okay, now I'm just going to right click and then I'm going to clip it. I'm going to create clipping marks. I want to just clip it right on top of this. Okay, so I'm going to select, I'm going to change this color again to black, and then I'm just going to drag along this side here. Drag here, drag here, drag here. Maybe a bit on the red. Alright, so the idea of this here is just to let it blend a bit with the background. Okay, if you look at the image I have at the back there, it has a shade of red on this side and maybe black on this side, whatever. Good. So now on this image here, I'm just going to create a layer mask like this one I added. This one directly on top of this background. I'm just going to create a layer mask there. Then I'm going to go to my brush tool and I'm just going to erase the top here. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is, alright, so my image here, I'm just going to drag it down a bit. So let me just click the shape and let me just move it down. Okay. Alright, so this is just right about all we'll be doing for this. If you want to make it simple, just need something simple but quite catchy. Alright, so now the next thing I want to do, I'm just going to go to my text tool and then I'm going to add the title. Okay, the title is Alita. 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 I'm just going to select all of it and I'm going to change the text to white. Good. So now the font I'll be using here is Battle Angel. The name of the font I'll be using is Battle Angel. I'm going to go back to this it here. Alright, so for those of you that might not have the font, I'm going to paste the font. Okay, I'm going to paste a link to the font, so right under the video. Alright, so let's just get back to what we're doing. So Battle Angel, right? So Battle Angel, and then I'm just going to select this one here. Okay, so this is it. But now there's a problem. The A here is a bit far off. So what I'm going to do now for this is I'm just going to let me just delete this A, okay? And then let me increase the size this font. Let me increase the font. Let me just increase it. Okay, this is okay, but I'm just going to duplicate this. So I'm going to press Alt and drag this out, and then I'm going to erase everything here from the L to the C. Alright, I just want the A alone to be there. this. Alright, so I'm going to take it and then I'm going to place this here. So add it. Alright. Now next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to merge all of them together. Just merge all. I think the spaces in between them are too much. Let me just reduce the spaces a bit. Alright, so then move this also inside. Alright. Alright, so after I'm done with that, I'm going to merge all of them together. So I'm going to click these and I'm going to click this. The L, I, T, and the A. I'm going to merge them together. So let me group them first. Alright. So I'll just right click on it and then I'm just going to convert to a smart object. Yeah. Alright, so this is it, Alita. Alright. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I'm just going to add the next thing, Battle Angel. So I'm going to click on my text tool again and I'm going to write Battle Angel. So BATTANGEL. So I'm going to select this and then I'm going to select the font in your project. NEUR. Okay, so I'm going to use this font. Alright, so I'm going to take this, drag this and drop here, then just reduce this. Alright, okay, so now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add a text here and I'm going to just click, I'm going to write Netflix, NETFLIX. I select this, change the color to red because Netflix is red. Just change it to red. Alright, and then I'm going to let me change my font to, let me say products. Might not be the perfect font, but I think that should work. So product sans. Alright. Good. So now one thing you'll notice about Netflix is that there's always a curve right at the bottom part of the text. So what I'm going to do about that is I'm not going to click on the text here. I'm just going to come here. So you have your T here. Just click on it, then you right click here and so you just select the arc lower. Okay, now instead of moving forward you move it backwards. Sorry, this text is not selected. Make sure the Netflix text is selected. That's what we are working with. Alright, so I'm just going to double click on the Netflix text. Okay, so I'm just going to come back here. Sorry, double click on Netflix text and then make sure everything is selected. Then come here and then you click on the none and just select the lower, right, the arc lower. But instead you move it back this time, so you want it to go. So move it back. Okay, and then I'll just click OK. So once you're done with that, once you're satisfied with that, now the next thing you want to do is let me just reduce this a bit. I'm going to reduce this and let me just place this here, right in the middle. Okay, and then we'll click enter. Alright, so I'm going to add live on Netflix. I mean only on Netflix. Let me just use this text here. Okay, this and I'm going to convert this. Double click and just change this to only ONL. Only on. Now to duplicate, you click on alt and then just duplicate. So that's just the easiest and fastest way to duplicate. So only on Netflix. Let me just take my tool here. Alright, so you know what, let's just make the text align with this Netflix. So we're using product sans for the Netflix side, so I'm just going to change this to product sans. Change the font here to product sans, PRODUCT. So product sans, let me just use this here, product sans. Oh, and we'll leave it at that. Also on Netflix. Alright, so I'm going to duplicate this only on also drag and drop on the other side, and then I'm going to write. Let me just select the date for it. So let's select the date. Let's say October. So October. Let's add the date in front. Let's say 18th October. 18th October. Okay. Alright, so next now to do is I'm just going to, let me just drag this a bit inside, and then I'm going to go to my shape tool. On my rectangular tool, I'm just going to drag across here. Sorry, cancel. I'm just drag across here. It's not like a line demarcating this and this. And the color, I'm just going to use red. Okay, I'm going to use red. Alright, let's drag this down and let's take this down. Sorry, let's take this down. Let me still bring this down. Sorry, let's the so these and Alita battery angel. So let me just still bring this down. Okay, once I centralize that, let me centralize these other ones too. The Netflix, the date, and all that. Let me centralize it. Alright, once I centralize that, I'm going to reduce the size of it. So I'm going to reduce the size of it. Let's reduce the size. Sorry. Reduce the size. Enter. Okay, and now I'll just take a screenshot of this. Shift Control Alt E. A screenshot of it. Now I'm going to go to my filter, camera raw filter. Once camera filter opens, I'll just increase the vibrance. Alright, you know, the normal vibrance, the bit. Okay, then you can increase texture if you wish to. Increase the clarity. Now let's just go down to the details and increase the noise reduction. Let's make it smoother. Let's reduce the noise reduction. Okay, I want this smooth. Okay. And then I'll just click OK. Alright, so this is before and then this is after. So let me just make it, let's just expand it so you see. I'm just going to click on this and expand it so you see. Alright, so this is it. Alright, so thank you very much for staying to the end of the video. I hope you learned something new. I'm going to see you in the next one. Alright, please do well to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next video. Have a wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, anywhere you're watching from. Have a wonderful day.